Police are now involved in a fast-moving scandal swirling around Team New Zealand and its events arm, America's Cup Events. Investigators are working with overseas authorities to get to the bottom of an alleged Hungarian bank account scam that targeted the sailing syndicate. Meanwhile, the unnamed contractor who tipped the Crown off to alleged mishandling of public funds earmarked for the event has gone to ground. Checkpoint reporter Nick Truebridge filed this story.
Can you give absolute assurances that everything has been completely above board?
Absolutely, and I think the proof of that will be slowly, well, not even that slowly, quickly, as we dispel that with every question we've been asked, and we're slowly doing that. Well, again, not so slowly, as quick as we can, doing that now.
Grant Dalton standing firm, the Team New Zealand boss continuing to bat away claims of financial mismanagement and use of public funds dogging the team's events arm, America's Cup Events. Put simply, the claims from an unnamed contractor relate to concerns around finances and how they were managed. They have prompted an investigation by the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment. Central to the claims is an alleged fraud involving money being deposited into a Hungarian bank account. Dalton, though, today told Checkpoint Team New Zealand had fallen victim to a scam.
In November last year, a sum of money was paid to a legitimate contractor who's involved heavily with the TV production in Europe to a non-legitimate bank account. Now, why the two things are important, be it that it's, money's gone, is that let's call them informants. One of them was the guy that pushes the button that sends the money. And it's a duty of care, if nothing else, by accountants, particularly when the sum of money is that high. And maybe we're not going to check the money for the chicken that we buy for lunch. But when you're in that sort of money, you should check that the bank account is correct, and it wasn't.
And now the police are involved. Detective Inspector Bridget Doles says the report related to a business email scam, and police liaison officers in Europe are working with Hungarian authorities. Almost $250 million in taxpayer and ratepayer money has gone into preparing for the 2021 competition. Dalton is adamant Team New Zealand nor its events arm have misused public money in any way. He says the team will prove that is the case.
Well, I think it has to be proved, because I can say that till the cows come home, but until it's actually proved and we find the motive, I'm pretty focused on that, I can assure you. I'll give those assurances, but until you prove it perfectly for those people like MB, let's wait and see.
The Economic Development Minister Phil Twyford says he's been briefed about the claims regarding public funds.
There's a review underway, there's different claims being made. MB are trying to get to the bottom of it.
But is he worried, since almost $250 million of public money has been pumped into the event, about claims related to the handling of those ratepayer and taxpayer funds?
I'm concerned about the potential for it, and that's why MB's doing the review.
Lawyers for the unnamed informants told Checkpoint they had raised the matters confidentially with MB and would not be commenting publicly. MB says it remains motivated to make the 36 America's Cup a successful event. But right now the regatta's host remains focused on getting through some very rough seas indeed. For Checkpoint, Nick Truebridge.